Oronde Gadsden on Tuesdays. OG is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. So we don't have as much time today as usual. OG, I'm going to jump right into a couple of things here. Carson Wentz got released from Washington yesterday. Would he interest you? Crowder and I had this conversation yesterday. Would he interest you at all as a backup for Tua Tagovailoa?
I mean, at the right price, I guess, if he's not, costing too much. I mean, he got some NFL experience, and he can come in, be serviceable for, 2 or 3 games, I would think.
That's what Solana was saying. Like, you're going to need 2 or 3 games. And then the other one, Marcus Mariota, was released today. Does he interest you at all as a backup?
Oh, 2 Hawaiians. Let's get 2 Hawaiians.
I know. I think there's something there, right?
Got to be something there. I mean, my Kai just reopened, so maybe it might be worth a good deal. Might be worth something. I mean, if I had to pick the 2, I may go with Carson Wentz, to be quite honest.
And they're a whole different quarterback. I know they're both Hawaiian, but Mariota's an athlete, and Tua can't even fall correctly without getting concussion. So we got to go. But to Hawk's question, OG, what kind of, like, not a name, what kind of quarterback are we looking for? I'm with you. We can't go pay big money, but we know, to Solana's point, Tua's not going to play 17 games. Like, what is right. the resume of the guy you're looking for the Dolphins?
I mean, you just want somebody solid. I think, obviously we're going to see resume doesn't count because, I mean, I would think Teddy Bridgewater would have had a classic resume of a quarterback I was looking for. You know what I mean? Solid, doesn't turn the ball over. We're just trying to get, through 3 or 4 games. If we go 2-2, if we go 3-1, even better. But I would think the quarterback would have to be somewhat mobile to make it happen. I think the experience factor, I think, pays off because you don't get a lot of practice time being the backup. But I think in this case it may be a little different because you would think that you already know you were going to get at least 3 to 4 games. Because of the new NFL load management process, you're probably going to get 2 or 3 games a season to play. So, look, I mean, we took Chad Henne, and Chad Henne went on to have a great career. You know what I'm saying? And then won some Super Bowls at it. So, will we have, been good with keeping Chad Henne all that time? I guess, but I think you would look for, at least, Carson Wentz is okay for 3-4 games. After that, then he comes unhinged. He starts talking crazy and doing odd things that you can't reel back in. So, what I mean? Like, I think that's his limit. He's like a gremlin. After 3 games, he turned into a gremlin. Like, whoa, like, what you talking about? What you saying? Why you just all of a sudden threw 4 interceptions in the game? What happened, bro? You were doing good. So I don't know. I think that's what we're looking like. That's what we're looking for. Those are options. Those are 2 options. I mean, I like Mariota, I do, but I think I go with Carson Wentz probably because I know he has some moxie. He's going to take some chances, and like I say, after 4 games, all bets off. You know what I mean? Now you on your own.
Right. You put it in the contract. If we sign you as the backup, if you get to 4 games, though, we immediately release you, even if it's during a game. Like if it goes to overtime in the 4th game, you're immediately waived from the team.
Yeah.
What about Skylar Thompson? Where would Skylar Thompson fit in that mix? I said you could have Carson Wentz, and obviously a lot of things are going to change here before the decision really needs to be made. But because Carson Wentz and Marcus Mariota have been released, if I said to you have to choose one of these going in next season as the backup to Tua, Skylar Thompson, Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would still err on the side of picking Carson Wentz, even though I know Skylar Thompson, knows the offense, knows the personnel, and did very well. I mean, we can't put that Buffalo loss on him, and other games, I think he was just thrown into the fire. But I just think because of the experience and playing in the game, and he has to at some point. You have to have that chip on your shoulder. That's like they're first. Those two guys were both number one picks, correct? What was Mariota? I mean, what was I know Mariota was the first pick.
Mariota was
not
Wentz
Wentz.
Wentz
was
was
like
first
two?
round and Carr was first. They were all first rounders.
Yeah, they were all first rounders.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm still going with Wentz because I think at some point he has to have that chip on his shoulder, and hopefully the Philadelphia Eagle pedigree going to the Super Bowl, the MVP candidate will come out, and we like I said, I'm going with. I have to put an asterisk by this. This is a 4-game set. You know what I'm saying? After 4 games, if we talking about more than 4 games, and I'm going back with Skylar Thompson. But if we just talking about 4 games, I think I'm gonna go with Carson Wentz still.
You want Gizmo Wentz, not Gremlin
Right,
Wentz.
I want Gizmo Wentz. After that, he turned into a gremlin. Like, he get all fuzzy wuzzy, was a bear, and his nose started looking funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just, don't put him in front of Mike, then he go ham. Like, what you just say, man? What you doing? Like,
can't get any water on. You can't get any water on Carson Wentz. He goes right into
get Carson Wentz wet. You know what I'm saying? And somebody from the Jets would come and wet Wentz, and then he just, what happened?
I know Solana, his head is exploding because I'm guessing you've never seen Gremlins, Solana, so you have no idea what we're talking about.
None. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Holy mackerel.
I'm laughing along, but I truly have no idea.
Well, now you've seen Gremlins. If you get Carson Wentz wet, all hell breaks loose in the town.
Right, all hell breaks loose.
Fellas, he can't eat after midnight as well. So
That's
night
right.
games, no post-game dinner now. Yeah.
Right. He got to go to the Waffle House every game.
OG, is this because it's funny? Hawks laying out the available quarterbacks, and we're going through them. Does this conversation change if Tua didn't have multiple concussions and injury prone through his career? Are these decisions different if Tua is healthy?
Well, I guess it would be, but not in my mind. Not in my mind. Even like right now going into the draft and everybody's saying Bryce Young for Alabama is going to be the number 1 quarterback, or even if, I don't care if he go in the top 5. You got to believe he's not going to make 17 straight games. Like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? At 6', 180. Like, I don't think he's going to make 17 games. You know what I mean? So you got to get a good backup. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think you look at it, like that. I think you look at it as I do, as he's a smaller quarterback. Him making all the games probably not a good shot at it. So I need to get a serviceable backup who can come in and make some plays and kind of pull some games together. Like, I don't know what else, I don't know how else to look at it. I can't look at it as if Tua was healthy for 17 games. Like, still, even if he didn't have the concussions, I would probably be like 17 games for that guy. Like, he's not that mobile. Like, I don't know. I just, and it's probably an old school way of thinking, but, I just think the bigger guy got a longer shelf life with the 17 games. So I would still think we would need to get a backup. I don't think we could say, all right, Tua's going to make 17 games. Let's keep Skylar Thompson. Those other teams do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know Kyle Trask was the backup for Tom Brady. I don't know who backs up, Josh Allen. I don't know who back up the quarterback for the Chargers. I don't know who they back up. Because, you expect them like, they're going to make 17 games. But, like Bryce Young, like, he going to make 17 games in the NFL? Like, I'm taking the under on that right now.
Yeah, it becomes with a guy like Tua and his injury history, or a smaller guy, like, it becomes a really consequential decision because, I mean, if you don't have at least a serviceable backup there, if you have a guy that comes in, looks like a deer in the headlights, I mean, you really are giving away maybe 3-4 games a season. If we're using that 4 games as the benchmark. So it really, in Tua's case, I think it is super consequential just because of his injury history. But yeah, I think a smaller guy like Bryce Young, yeah, you have to take all that into account. You can't get through 17 games. No chance.
Right? No shot. No shot. And and you're already going to, I don't want to say a lesser team, it's the NFL, but record-wise, you're going to a team that, probably O-line, probably not sufficient. Like, I know Bryce Young is, shifty and a runner, but, that's usually how you get messed up. You're running. Like, get out of there. Don't stand in there. Okay, well, you run, they jump on your back, and then your knee hurt. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think about concussions. You just think, like, it's a running quarterback just not able to take it. And you want to try to help your team, so you over doing it because y'all just won 4 games last year. You trying to at least win 5, look good. You just not good. I think the backup quarterback is a good position. Like they just said, Seattle will move down and take the quarterback from Florida. Like if he can stay in there for 2-3 years behind the quarterback they have now, okay, he'll be all right. But he's a big cat.
Is he going to be a good NFL quarterback? Crowder, Anthony Richardson, is he going to be good?
No, like he got to throw. He got to go to the throwing school. Got Tua.
OG,
he could go to the Tua Tagovailoa Throwing Academy. That's
honestly,
have.
Anthony Richardson has to have the Josh Allen career. He's Josh Allen. He's big, athletic. He has a strong arm, OG. I'm with you. He can't throw yet. There's a difference between having a strong shoulder and being able to throw and place the ball. But if he can get with a Brian Daboll who turned around Josh Allen, I think he can be a hell of a quarterback. He has all the tools. Somebody got to teach him how to use it.
That sounds like a Florida homeless situation right there. You think Anthony Richardson can beat Josh Allen?
I mean, did you hear that, OG? Did you hear that, OG?
No way, sir.
Yeah.
Josh Allen had a little bit of it. You had to polish him up a little bit, but I mean, I see Anthony Richardson threw the ball.
There was a late rounder in Foxborough that ended up being pretty good by the name of Brady.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson might be the next Tom Brady.
You just close your eyes and throw it. Just close your eyes and throw the dart. That'll hit somewhere.
I didn't say Hawk Crowder.
I'm saying, come on, man. I mean, he may like physically look like him, but Josh Allen did have some Wyoming, numbers. Like he had like thousands and thousands of yards. Like he didn't have but listen, with a little tutelage and a little, sitting behind the right person, I mean, he could be. I'm not saying he won't, but I mean, right now, I wouldn't think that. But that's what we're going. We're going on futures, which is what it's all about. That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't, if it was me and I was picking the quarterback, I probably would pick Anthony in front of Bryce. Just because he a bigger, more durable dude, and he can run. Yep. Yeah, just because of size. That's how I would go. Because they're gonna sit. But wherever Bryce Young goes, they're gonna want him to play September, whatever. You know what I mean? So that's where you're going with it. At hopefully, you can get an old line, but I don't know. But I understand what you're saying, Channing. I understand the Gator love. I get it.
And I'll tell y'all this is Gator love. I got some Alabama hate coming out of me now. I met Bryce Young when I was at the Super Bowl. He makes Tua look like Drago. He makes him look like Bryce Young is tiny. If Hawk and Bryce Young fight, it's a pick'em. Bryce Young is not a big
I got him because I got a lot of anger at Alabama. I don't care much for Nick Saban.
Why is he hitting Bryce and yelling Nick?
You
got me nervous there. You got me nervous.
Right. Like I mean, I mean, who's gonna move up to the first pick? They like Houston. Houston gonna take Bryce Young, and
That old line,
You know,
Bryce Young is gonna die.
that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. They're gonna have a good defense, but that offense, oof, is gonna struggle. They like he's at Alabama working with the nutrition people to get up to over 190. Like, yeah, you got to work to get up over 190. Like, holy mackerel!
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like in
you.
the NFL, they'll bulk them up, but you know what? Alabama runs an NFL program, so if they can't bulk them up, then I would say no one can.
Right. I mean, it's just that, you know, once again, he got to move around with that bulk. You know, it's not like he just, you know, like he was going to wake up one day and be 200 pounds. He played at 170. Like, holy mackerel.
You know what, OG? It's like the ladies that get those Brazilian butt lifts and don't know how to use their butt anymore.
You still got to walk. You still have to twerk.
You can't. You walk around looking like a stand-up ant, like you're in a Disney movie.
Right. Right. You were that mannequin? You the mannequin that's walking now? Holy mackerel! Look at that pants on that mannequin. You need to get them pants right there, baby. Them pants look good on that mannequin. I swear. Mannequin not walking though. That mannequin just standing there.
Moving. What's going on here?
You got a mannequin butt.
Oronde Gadsden, thank you, OG. Talk to you next
All right,
week.
man. Y'all hold it down, man. I'll talk to y'all.
There you go, Oronde Gadsden. That's our draft preview, inexplicably.
You have a mannequin butt.
We just did our draft preview.